Find all solutions to the equation cos x equals negative square root 2 over 2 in the domain 0x to 2 pi. Now, let me start with that cos x and say cos x equals negative square root 2 over 2. Okay. Just quickly, I'm going to use red because it's just going to be in reference. Remember the cos graph. What it means is the following. There's my cos graph. Cos starts at 0, comes down. That's how it looks like. If I say the cos of x, that's 1, that's negative 1. If you calculate this, it is negative. It means cos is somewhere here, and I'll always get two answers. 1, 2, from 0 to 360, or to 2 pi. There's going to be two answers, and that is what we try to find. Okay, so cos x is negative 2 over 2. What I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to do my cast. There's my cast. I'm working in radians, so this is going to be 0, going clockwise direction, pi, and 2 pi. Okay, cos of x is negative. Where's the cos of x negative? Cos is positive in first and fourth, so it's negative in second and third. Which means this is my reference angle, that is my reference angle. Where do I find my reference angle? My reference angle is the angle what it would have been in my first quadrant. Okay, and because I want to find what is that angle in my first quadrant, I'm going to say reference angle equals the inverse cos of square root 2 over 2. And I never use the sign. The sign tells me where this is, and then I'm done with it. The r cos of square root 2 over 2, you should identify that as a special triangle. And the special triangle is that for 360. If you can't see that, use your calculator, and the basic angle will be pi over 4. So that will be for 45 degrees, not 360, it's 40. So what I know is that this is pi over 4, this is pi over 4. And again, if I have a fraction as my reference angle, I'm not going to write pi, I'm going to say that's the same as 4 pi over 4, which is 1 pi. So to get my angles, to say what is x then? X has got two possible answers. There you go. So x equals, there it will be 4 pi, or I'm just going to say that is pi, and I'm going into the negative direction. So it's pi take away pi over 4. Well, let's do it properly. We're going to say 4 pi over 4 minus pi over 4. Or x equals this one. And this one is 4 pi over 4. Going in the positive direction, and how big is that reference angle? It's plus pi over 4. Okay, so 4 pi over 4 take away 1 pi over 4 will give us 3 pi over 4, or x will equal 4 pi over 4 plus 1 pi over 4 is 5 pi over 4. Just a hint for the exams, write your answers from in ascending order, so that will be 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and that is all the answers. You can say x equals, and just give all the answers so that it's easier for the marker to mark.